Ananda Vacanamrtam, Part 8. Please Parama Purusha through your service. In their personal lives, human beings are very weak, possessing hardly any strength at all. In the world, there are many animals who are physically stronger than humans. Humans are generally stronger mentally than animals, although sometimes, due to extreme pain and suffering, the mind also becomes very weak. What should people do under such circumstances? How can people increase their strength? When people consider themselves to be separate from Parama Purusha, they become weak. But when people consider themselves to be his progeny and thus very close to him, they are never weak. The strength of Parama Purusha remains with them. How can people increase their strength? How can they feel that they are getting strength from Parama Purusha and will continue to get strength? Human beings should make the fullest utilization of their inborn strength. Unless they do this, they will have no right to ask Parama Purusha for more strength. If one continues breathing, if one continues to move, to eat, and to speak, it means one still has strength. If you have exhausted all your strength, will you be able to do anything? When you move, eat, and breathe with the strength previously given to you by Parama Purusha, how can you complain that he did not give you enough strength? First, make the fullest utilization of the strength you already have. When you consider that this strength is all but exhausted, you may ask Parama Purusha, "O Lord, the strength you have given me is not enough to complete my assigned task. If you expect me to complete my work, please give me extra strength." Remember, you have no right to ask for extra strength if you are not fully utilizing your own inherent strength. One attains this strength in exchange for one's devotion, not in exchange for one's knowledge. What is devotion? Every individual has two eyes. The small eye, who may be Ramesh, Umesh, Tom, or Dick, and the bigger eye. That is, each human being has a small individual eye and is part of the one big eye, which is Parama Purusha. Parama Purusha is not an external entity for you, but is your big eye. To fully understand this truth is devotion. When people are established in devotion, they attain a state called Ishta Nishta, devotion for one's goal. In that stage, there is but one dominant thought. Whatever I do, be it social, political, or socio-economic service, the motivating thought in my mind will be to please Parama Purusha. Why should we please Parama Purusha? Why should political and socio-economic service for the masses please him? All beings on this earth are his progeny. If one serves his progeny, he will certainly be pleased. If you wish to please a mother, take her baby from her lap and give it much love and affection. Thus, if you wish to please Parama Purusha, serve all his children. Please him by helping his progeny. You have only one goal, to please Parama Purusha in all possible ways whenever an opportunity presents itself. Perhaps you know the following short story which illustrates this point. Once Lord Krishna fell seriously ill. Many remedies were tried, but nothing would cure him. Eminent allopathic and homeopathic doctors attempted to cure him, but they too were unsuccessful. Even the best hospitals were unable to help. When everything had failed, the devotees approached their Lord saying, "Dear Lord, please tell us which remedy will cure you." Krishna explained, "There's only one remedy. If you bring dust particles from my devotees' feet, I shall be cured." It was a very difficult task. Narada was given the duty to travel across the earth in search of disciples from whose feet dust particles could be collected. Unfortunately, whoever Narada approached said, "My goodness, how can I agree to such a proposal? How can I possibly give dust particles from my own feet to be smeared on my Lord's forehead? I won't give you any dust from my feet. I will not. I categorically refuse." Narada's mission took him across the face of the earth, but nowhere could he find devotees willing to part with their dust particles. Finally, he came to Vrindavan, where he saw some cowherds looking after their cows. When they saw Narada approaching, they asked, "How is our dear Lord Krishna?" Narada replied, "The news is not very good. The Lord is sick." "What's being done to cure him?" asked his concerned disciples. Narada told them, "So far, everything we have tried has failed. Lord Krishna told us that only if dust particles taken from the feet of his disciples are smeared across his forehead will he be cured. Would you be willing to give me some of the dust particles from your feet?" They quickly replied, "Narada, we don't know whether we are worthy to be called his disciples or not, but please take the dust particles from our feet and smear them across our Lord's forehead. If we are worthy of being his devotees, the dust will certainly cure him." Narada burst out, "How dare you give the dust particles from your feet to be smeared across our Lord's forehead? That would be an act of great sacrilege." "But Narada," said the cowherds, "our Lord is in great trouble. If dust particles from our feet can cure him, what else can we wish for? We don't care if it is an act of great sacrilege for which we will be doomed to live in hell. We shall happily go to hell. It's all the same for us. We have so much love for the Lord that he too will have to come to hell to be with us. We don't make any discrimination between heaven and hell, or between virtue and vice. All that matters to us is that the Lord should be pleased." Thus, the only knowledge that devotees require is knowledge of Ishta Nishta. That is, devotees will act in such a way that the Lord will always be pleased. They desire nothing more than this. 24 February 1979 Evening Jammu. Published in Ananda Vacanamrtam Part 8.